Hello everyone. Have you ever estimated what is the amount of money you require for your special need child care? Or do you know how much money you have to leave behind for your special need child lifelong care? Why I am asking this question is that the way we plan for our children education, marriage, our own retirement or any other goal, we estimate the monetary value and then we work out that what is the amount of savings we require and then we invest our money to ensure we reach our goals. Now in a similar way, you have to plan for your special need child financial affairs. So within your lifetime you have to ensure there is a corpus available, and post your lifetime you have to provide the financials, because that's the money which will be available to the next legal guardian, to trustees or anybody who is managing your special need child affairs. There are many online calculators available, but nothing specific available for special need child. But we made this easy. So we designed a special need calculator exclusively estimating the financial requirement of special need child. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how the calculator works and what is the significance of the numbers it throws or the numbers it gives you. There are many variables, assumptions you have to take, and for each family, these numbers can vary based on the assumptions you take, based on the amount of expenses for your special need child. But most important is that to estimate this figures or estimate this money which is required, you have to estimate the monthly expense for your special need child within your lifetime and after your lifetime, how much money would be required on a monthly basis. For example, including everything within your lifetime, it might be 30,000, 40,000, and post your lifetime, it might increase to 50,000. Whichever way it works or whichever way you feel it is going to happen, you have to estimate this monthly expense first. Then only the calculator can give you the amount of money you require. So let me show you how this calculator works, which will make things easier for you to know that this is the amount of money you need to leave behind for your special needs child. Now, this calculator, first of all, it is available on our website planspecialneeds.com. So from the website, you will find a link to PSNSpecialCal. And when you click on that link, then you will find this calculator here. So it says, do you have a child with special need? When you have passed away, do you know how much money you will need to leave for them? Now we are going to work on the variables to see how this calculator works. First of all, your age, that is the parent age. Let's say it's 70 now. The life expectancy, how much you think you're going to live for number of years. Let's say 85. Spouse, partner's age. So let's say it's 65 today. Again, life expectancy, I assume it to be 85. Child age, whatever is your child age today, you can input here. So I take it 25, it can be 5, 10, 15, whatever is your child life stage and whatever age is. Then your child life expectancy. So how much, what is the number of years you see for your child? So I'll take a figure, I'll put 70, which means child lifetime is 70 years. Much like your life expectancy, we have assumed as 85. So the child life expectancy, we are assuming at 70 years. So his age is 25 now. His life expectancy is 75. That means he's going to still live for 55 years. So you are planning, or you have to plan, make a provision, money available for next 55 years. That's what I was saying in the beginning, that why you have to estimate this money, because you are the only resource for providing the money required for these 55 years. Future inflation rate, you can assume it I have assumed at 6%. Now, this inflation is the yearly increase in expenses. There can be different expenses for medical. The inflation can be different, higher. For living expenses, it can be higher. But for simplicity, we'll assume a inflation rate, standard inflation rate of 6%. For that means by 6%, the expenses you estimate today is going to increase every year. Rate of return on the assets. Now, assets means the corpus we will estimate. If it is invested, what is the rate of return on that corpus you can achieve? So I'll put it 8%. You can put any figure, but we'll put it 8% and we'll calculate with that estimation. So this means that your expenses are increasing by 6% and the corpus we have estimated that is invested from where these expenses are being incurred, that corpus is being increasing with a growth of 8% every year. So that means your money available for your child expenses is growing by more than 2%, more than inflation. I haven't considered the taxes here, but I'm just considering the inflation and the rate of return on the assets. Annual income of your child. So why this is being put here? So you can input any amount of income which is going to be available for the child. So like government servants, they have pension income coming to the child, or it can be any income which is going to come or which going to be received by the child in the future. I'll put it 0 here for simplicity, but you can put any amount of income which will be available to the child. So let's go to next. Now this is where the real figures are going to come, and this is all about expenses. So what we have done is we have broken expenses into different heads. So first is the living expenses, house rent, utilities. Now most of the time the child is living with you, so you do not estimate it separately, but it's important that you do it separately because post your lifetime these expenses will come in. So I'll put say 5,000. I'll put figure that it'll, so the calculator will estimate the annual expense automatically. Care assistance, so all domestic help, nursing services, all those kind of expenses which a child would require. So let's say I put 4,000 on a monthly basis. Then personal needs, food, clothing, personal grooming. So like all, we have our personal needs. So what is the amount of money you spend on child personal need? Again, I'll put 3,000 here. Special equipments, if at all you require, say maybe a wheelchair, assistive technology, computer equipment, books, or any other thing you require, you can put the estimation here. Now it says on monthly. If you put annually also, the monthly will be, the calculator calculates the monthly expense automatically. So I'll put 0 here in my calculation. Education and employment. So money spent on transportation, meal, tuition, any schooling, any school where the child is going. Uh, so I'll put again 5,000 figure here. Healthcare. So doctor visit, therapies, whatever money spent on healthcare, you can input here. Again, I'll put 4,000 monthly. So I'm just putting all these figures for simplicity. Social, recreational, if you spend any money on entertainment, vacations, sports, let's say 2,000. Miscellaneous. Now, miscellaneous may any insurance premium or any other expenses beyond this heading which is there, you can input the figures here. So I'll put say 4,000 still going. Now, monthly expense is coming as 27,000. Any professional CA fees also you can input if it all there. As I said, so let me say if I input, say I'm being reasonable, 25,000 I'll put. So the calculator calculate the monthly expenses itself. So monthly expense for the special need child is coming as 29,000. I'll increase a bit. So say care assistance, I'll just take 5,000 and Education, employment, transportation cost a bit higher, so I just increase it to 7,000. So the monthly expense comes to 32,000. Now these are only for calculations. May not be actual. I'm just inputting figures here to show you how this calculator works. You input the real figures. If you do not know all of these expenses, first work around, estimate these for few months, and then work on the calculator. How much asset will be left to this person? So now here, what is the amount of money you have already accumulated for the child? That you can put here, which is now it can be life insurance. So you have bought a 1 crore life insurance, and 1 crore comes in, you have put in an investment 50 lakhs. So the 50 lakh would come in insurance plus investment 1 crore 50 lakhs. So you can put 1 crore 50 lakh. Say I put 30 lakhs. So that means I already have 30 lakh with me. Okay, I agree to the disclaimer. Just check in and submit. So total annual expense which has to be provided for, it's 3,85,000. Okay. So that means we are starting with 3,85,000 today. Expenses are going to increase by 6% every year, and it will be there for the next 55 years. Now, I already have a provision of 30 lakhs. So the calculator gives me a lump sum of 88 lakhs today. That means I need to have 88 lakh today, which will ensure that even if something happens to me, this money can take care of my child financially. So the next legal guardian will have 88 lakhs plus 30 lakh, which we have put in. That amount of money will be available for them, which can be in the child name, which can be in the private trust or any provision you take. But this is the amount of money you need to have, the actual amount of money, which is taking care of inflation also. Now, there is also one corpus for perpetual income, which says that if 3,85,000 is annual in needs today, if I have to just provide 3,85,000 for next 55 years, what is the amount of money I should have? So it says with 7%, if you this corp money can grow, then 55 lakh is going to be enough. But if it is 5%, then 77 lakh is at least you have to provide. Now, what both this signifies, inflation adjusted corpus is the actual amount of money you require. And corpus for perpetual income means this is the bare minimum corpus you need to have. So if I take inflation of 6%, probably 50 lakh is the bare minimum corpus. That means I need to have 50 lakh at any point of time to ensure that my child expenses can be taken care of. This is what the calculator tells you. So the calculator tells you that this is the amount of money you require. Now you have to go and plan for provisioning this amount of corpus or this amount of money. This calculator is not calculating the corpus on retirement, or it does not give you the savings, but it just gives you that the amount of money you require. Now, if you don't have where it can be provided from, it's a life insurance, you can buy a term insurance, or you can make other provisions from your assets you have already created. Let me just go back and work on certain numbers. So 32,000 might be a bit lower for, say, an adult, 25 years old adult. Uh, I would just increase it to say 50,000. So I'll make a increase of 5,000 here. I'll make an increase of 5,000 here, which give me 34, 37,000. Miscellaneous, I'll again make it 6,000. So the corpus is 39,000. I'll just make living expenses as 7,000, or maybe 7,000, and I'll care assistance, I'll make it around 8,000. So now the monthly expenses 44,000 and you still have 30 lakhs accumulated with you. Submitted and you can see the corpus required 1.32 CR is the corpus required for your child lifetime. This is the amount of money you require. If you do not have this much amount of money accumulated, then simply it says this is the amount of insurance you need to buy for provisioning for your special need child. And this is the bare minimum. So this is how this calculator works. And this is the only calculator which is available to you, available to families. And I would say if you haven't estimated today, just work on this calculator, put in some figures. Some figures you can estimate today. Some figures take your time and estimate it in the next 6 months. And after 6 months, you will have the exact picture that what is the amount of money you require for your special need child financial care. This is how this calculator or this is how PSN Special calculator works, giving you input on the financial requirement for your special need child. I hope you would have got a glimpse of the calculator, and I do hope that once you have seen this video, you are going to work on the monthly expenses for your special need child, and you are going to input the figures variables here, and you will estimate the amount of money required for your special need child care, and then you will plan for provisioning it. That's why we have brought this calculator, so that you can work on and you can start planning for your special need child financial care.